Rise for our national anthem.
My eyes have seen the glory of the lightning of YouTube. Defunct PS3 reviews and evidently too. We criticize reactionist and all saying about just the wrong marches on.
So,
Fuck was that? That was funny.
there's this commentary YouTuber named Jar, which stands for
Just a robot.
And the reason why we're talking about him today is because Jar has turned himself into what the kids would say these days, a lolcow.
Basically, he defended a groomer, blah blah blah. After defending the groomer, people argued he was horny for the groomer. He has a bad track record. He's basically an autistic retard that has so bad optics that he's just going to be ridiculed and mocked. And because of him defending the groomer, his channel is basically dead.
Maybe even a Lamalcow. This all started with a video Jar uploaded over 10 months ago, defending another YouTuber named synnibear, who was accused of grooming a minor. It was confirmed that synnibear sent lewd artwork and NSFW material to someone who's underage in private DMs. Despite this, Jar felt the need to defend synnibear from the constant backlash and vitriol she received. Why on earth someone would willingly take the role as online lawyer for this particular person, I have no idea. It's pretty much impossible to excuse Cinny's behavior and just brush it off as irresponsible. So what talking points did Jar provide? Well, my favorites have to be Jar claiming synnibear isn't that guilty because she A, sent hardcore wank material to a minor, but
Doesn't matter, it's still bad. Anyone argues like Jar is retarded.
at least she censored the naughty parts. And B, the minor was being inappropriate towards synnibear first.
It's like the fucking Birdie argument. It's like the child groomed me to do this. It's so stupid. It just be the adult and fucking literally get out of the situation.
The absolute worst thing Cinny sent was this picture of Boy fingering her avatar.
The fuck? I haven't tackled the drama at all. So it's funny to just see this with Megami Tensei gameplay. You just see this bullshit.
However, it should be noted that the doc maker was not the one who censored this out. It was actually Cinny herself.
That doesn't fix the problem, Jar, you fucking piece of shit.
I first saw this, I thought, yeah, Cinny's guilty. But when I found out that she censored the worst parts of this comic herself, it made her look far less guilty than I was previously led to believe. Now I know what some of you are gonna say. Well, we're not saying she groomed a 14-year-old to get with them. She just groomed a 14-year-old to be more comfortable with conversations like this so she could coom. Don't get me wrong, I thought that at first, but it turns out that the minor was the one being inappropriate first, and she kept on pestering Cinny to talk about stuff like this.
Anyways, despite providing these stellar arguments, Jar's defense video for synnibear was not well received, leading to him deleting it. Jar then decided to make a response video addressing the criticism and apologized for how he handled the situation overall.
If I'm correct, I remember the things everyone focused on Jar and Nux. It was Mutahar and Nuxtaku.
Along with addressing allegations towards himself, including the possibility
What
of
the fuck?
Jar having a fart fetish.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, can't believe it either, but for some reason, he removed this video as well, and decided to just stick to uploading movie reviews.
America's History X still has something to teach us today. Women haters fall in love and destroy his life. And Jar reviews the fuck. Kids who think he can talk. The baseball equipment helps. What the fuck?
Until about 3 days ago, where Jar uploaded another response video for a controversy.
My theory is that since Jar doesn't make enough money, he needs to constantly make these response videos to give attention to people to get more money. That would be kind of smart of him because he's not that interesting. Unless he posts these on like a daily basis, the media reviews.
That is, at this point, over 10 months old. I say we take a look and determine if Jar actually provides new insightful information to change everyone's perception of him.
Hello everyone, it's me Luke. No, not Jar, Luke. There's gonna be no voice filter, no gameplay, no fancy editing, no nothing like that. Just me trying to explain myself to the best of my abilities.
Well, I don't think there's much for you to respond about that hasn't already been discussed. Your last response literally went over a fart fetish allegation. Are you telling me this drama hole gets wetter and stinkier?
I want to get this out of the way now. The version of the Cine video I uploaded was bad. I would go as far as to say that it was the worst video I ever uploaded. However, I do not believe I would have uploaded this draft of the video if Kumo didn't leak it out first. I want to make this clear. He did not link people my video or just play a few clips from it. He uploaded it in its entirety from start to finish onto his channel. And yes, he did this all before I released the video myself. This was not a re-upload, this was a pre-upload. I do have some proof that I was working on another draft of the video, such as the fact it was uploaded unlisted days before it went live.
So, Jar goes into detail about how the only reason he uploaded the video defending synnibear in the first place is due to another YouTuber named Kumo uploading Jar's video first. Jar claims,
If I'm correct, it's because Kumo believed. If you don't know, Kumo is like some Jujutsu Kaisen retard fan. But basically, Kumo believed Jar's a rapist. That was why he leaked it early, I think.
claims that the published video wasn't the final draft, or at least the better version of the video, of covering the synnibear allegations, and he was still working on the better version of the video. And here's where we encounter our first problem. If you haven't been following this drama, this is something Jar has already talked about in his first response video, meaning this video is filled with nothing more than just regurgitated information, as if this new response video was only created to save face and give Jar a chance to re-explain himself after much time has passed, hoping this will all change how people see him. So that begs the question, does the Snyder cut of Jar's synnibear allegation video differ enough from the rough draft video to save his image?
No.
No, it's not to say this version isn't better. Had Jar have uploaded this video first, he wouldn't be getting as much shit as he's getting now. In the first video, Jar defends synnibear by...
Yes, but in my understanding from Chud Logic, the problem was that in his original draft, he was too much on Birdie's side. And according to Chud, Jar thinks based on what side is the better side and the logically safer side. So that's the issue, still.
saying she's irresponsible, but not a groomer. In the Snyder Cut, Jar makes it clear Cinny was not only irresponsible, but she is 100% a groomer. It's also more of an overview of the allegations and less of Jar having some sort of contrarian spin to it. And thankfully, in the Snyder Cut, Jar removes what is possibly the worst segment within the original video, where he interviews synnibear and tries to paint this image that Cinny is being unfairly lambasted. It is also probably one of the most uncomfortable and cringeworthy interviews I've ever heard in my life.
I didn't even consider it to be grooming until Jack told me it was grooming.
Oh my fucking god, of course you did, because like, here's the thing, I looked through both docs. Okay, were you talking appropriately? Yes. Were you grooming? No. So, let me...
Yeah, it's still technically grooming. Jar's retarded.
go off topic. You were just a bit bi-curious, right?
If I remember, this interview was too friendly towards Sydney, so that's why it was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Once I kissed an Italian guy, but that's not important right now.
Unfortunately for Jar, the Snyder Cut version was not the video he uploaded, and instead Panic uploaded the version that makes him look like he's defending a groomer. And because it's been over 10 months at this point, it is far too late for this newer video to change anyone's perspective. Honestly, the best thing for Jar to do right now is just to continue to upload regular videos, reviewing movies, TV shows, and such, because the people who are clowning on him have already made up their minds. A second response video that reveals a better version of the original video does nothing but merely bring attention back to the drama. Nobody's changing their opinions on this drama because it doesn't matter anymore. And this is also why it doesn't matter how much detail Jar goes into in his video. In fact, it probably hurts his case because it makes him look desperate. Take this segment, for example.
Now I want to make this clear so someone doesn't claim that I lied. I did send Lorenzo a few more parts for the Cinny video after this call, but they were very small changes. This was the last big part I sent to him.
People in this situation are guilty than you might think. The problem is, I know this community. They're gonna twist it into me defending a groomer, and I'm like, that's not what I'm doing in the video.
You basically were.
And I don't want to.
As you can hear clear as crystal, I was emphasizing to Vincent Skullman that my video's purpose was not to convince people that Cinny was innocent, just less guilty.
To the people who already dislike Jar, along with the people who are willing to give him another chance, what Jar is saying here is just noise. And nobody gives a fuck who he's talking to.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so true. It is just noise. Because they're so pointless.
He's talking about them. The comment section pretty much...
You should have been involved yourself with Sydney. In the first place, the situation is almost a year old now, and you need to let it go, and honestly get off the internet. It's clear you don't understand how to handle it, and you get in hot water every time you try to get yourself with someone else's drama. It's a cycle at this point, and I'm actually not surprised that it took you a long time to realize that.
Speaks for itself. The people who show genuine care for Jar and still watch...
Brother, this drama is turning a year old in a month. At this point, everyone has already made up their minds about you. So just move or leave. Yeah, just move on and leave.
Are just telling him to stop talking about the drama and move on, because the second response video is not only pointless with its regurgitated information, but unnecessarily self-inflicting. Jar revived the drama just to have more people dunk on him, along with commentary channels bringing more attention to it after it was already pretty much dead. Okay, let's see what else he's got.
The thing is, like, I looked at the comic. The thing is, though, the doc maker didn't censor out anything. It was actually Cinny who sent it out, censored it herself when she
Nothing Burger.
sent it. And when I found
Literally Nothing Burger. This doesn't really do anything besides being white noise.
that out, I was like, wow, that makes things way less bad. It's still pretty bad. It's still pretty bad, but it's not as bad. Like, if you send a minor uncensored porn, it's worse than sending them censored porn. You know what I mean?
No, not really. This should not be differentiated at all, even if there's technically a slight difference. Jar has picked some very weird hills to die on in this drama, especially in his first video defending a groomer. This is also a very weird hill, because there is no need for that distinction to be made to begin with.
It's bad regardless, that's why.
Whether the wank materials someone sends to a minor in private DMs is censored or not is completely irrelevant. That person is still a fucking freak regardless. Like, does the intention behind the person sending that art directly to a minor suddenly change when the no-no parts are covered? The fact the person is censoring the art in the first place tells me they know it's wrong to send this to a minor.
The problem is, if you don't say that Cinny is literally the living embodiment of Satan, people will twist it.
Even back then, I didn't believe that Cinny was a pedo or trying to get with the minor, and I have kept that opinion consistent throughout this entire drama around me, and even in my old draft. In my opinion, Cinny was not trying to get with the minor romantically or sexually. She
But what she did was still horrific and wrong.
still messed up really, really badly, and she deserves to get bashed for it.
This segment really confuses me because Jar admits that his original video about synnibear and in his first response video defending himself were terrible. So what is supposedly terrible about those videos if you have not apparently changed your viewpoints on the situation? Do you still believe in those shitty takes, or have you realized that your take on the matter was idiotic to begin with? Your rough draft video and your Snyder Cut video paint a different picture. As I said, had you uploaded the Snyder Cut, you could have saved yourself from a lot of trouble, so obviously there's a clear difference in perspective between the two videos. Next, why are we trying to make more worthless distinctions when covering the topic of grooming? Guys, she wasn't grooming in a romantic sense. Sydney unfortunately coomed too close to the sun, and oopsie daisies groomed a minor.
Yep, basically true. It doesn't really matter the argumentation. It doesn't matter if she wanted to sexually or romantically. It's still bad regardless, and he still fucked up.
So, essentially, you're saying synnibear is such a fucking horn dog that her woman boner knows no boundaries, including minors. Yeah, for some reason that doesn't make it better. Who cares what fucking version of grooming a minor the situation entails? This optics debate has no reason to exist to begin with. Was this the nuance that you wanted to push in the first place? Well, this distinction doesn't matter at all.
Here are my current thoughts on Cinny. She didn't just speak inappropriately to a minor, she directly got them to engage with her fetish. She was 20 when she did this. She was at an age where she should have known better. I
Obviously!
think she wanted to corrupt a minor in the same way she was corrupted when she was 14.
Literally, that just makes it worse. If she was a victim, then it's just the hurt people thing all over again.
She has also done many other inappropriate things with other minors as well.
Oh, she's a serial groomer. That's even worse.
She more than likely would have kept doing stuff like this for years.
That's why I lock her up.
I still, however, do not believe she had any interest in kids. I do not think Cinny hurts children out of any form of desire for them, or interest in hurting them. I don't think she would have ever asked for nudes of a minor, or to send nudes of herself to a minor. But the fact is, she hurt children. Even if it wasn't out of any form of maliciousness, she still did it. She groomed a minor not to get with them romantically, but to get them to draw art of her fetish, and to get them to read out a comic of her fetish, which is something I didn't know about until later on. I don't think it's right
You fucked up even more.
for people to call her a pedo, but she's certainly predatory.
She may be a predator, but I wouldn't go as far as to call her a pedo. Why are you saying this? Is it so you can claim that, despite admitting your wrongs, there were a few things you were right about this whole time? Why are you acting like it's unreasonable for people to call Cinny a pedo? I seriously can't comprehend what—
Yeah, I don't see the difference. A pedophile is attracted to children, and like a predator is someone, I believe, actively, like, literally actively, like, I think committing the crime. Well, like, they both require some, like, attraction to children. I'm not saying she had to be attracted to children. I'm just saying there's some level of attraction. She attracted to the mind. She basically, Sydney was liked the idea of grooming them, like how she did, blah blah blah, and how fucking she literally likes to hear these children read out her fetishes and draw her fetishes.
what other intent there could possibly be behind Cindy talking to a minor this way. The next set of allegations Jar covers involve people accusing him of hitting on synnibear, even after finding out she had inappropriate conversations with a minor, rizzing up on a groomer, as the kids would say.
As for the allegations of me rizzing up a pedo, this is also false. Cinny herself said she didn't think I was trying to make a pass at her.
I didn't think it was at the time. At the time, I thought it was just being, like, weird. I didn't think it was, like, an actual
But Jar's gonna rape you! That's literally what I remember from this. Jar's gonna rape you.
class. Like, I was assuming that he was, like,
You're smarter than you're letting on.
because I just thought it was strange to say, because it's just not something you say.
Because you thought it was a flirt.
Not really, it's just...
Well, then why would it be
I don't know.
strange?
I mean, I don't know, it's just not, like, a thing I hear people say very often.
So what else could it have been?
Just him being autistic? I don't fucking know.
So I don't think I was hitting on her, she doesn't think I was hitting on her, and neither does my girlfriend. All three of the people who matter most on whether this was rizzing or not seem to be in agreement with one another.
I'm gonna be real with you, Jar. Majority of the people claiming you're rizzing a pedo are just fucking with you. However, the more you bring attention to this and blame your sense of humor or poor social skills for making it seem like you were hitting on synnibear, the more people will just continue to make fun of you.
But they have a hard time believing that the sleepy time calls were not romantic in nature. The thing is though, this only happened once or twice, and they only lasted a couple of minutes. She herself confirmed that we did not goon.
This only serves to give viewers more ammunition. Like, do you really expect people to hear you say, guys, my sleepy time calls with that groomer did involve actual gooning, and not expect people just to make more jokes about it? And this is also something you already said from your first response video, and surprise, surprise, people still made jokes about you rizzing a pedo. So why would you think explaining yourself with the exact same talking points would lead to a different outcome?
Something I did not go over in my last response.
Oh good, finally something new. Maybe this new piece of information will do a better job explaining Jar's side of the story.
Something I did not go over in my last response is my whole interaction with the 16-year-old girl at the pool.
What? What the fuck?
I didn't think I needed to go over this originally, but a lot of people have been commenting about it. Some people, like Chuli, have even made the claim that I got an erection from seeing the 16-year-old girl at the pool.
One thing I feel isn't brought up enough, and something Jar hasn't responded to, is how he admitted to not being able to go to public pools because underage 16-year-old girls might show up and he won't be able to stop himself from leering at and daydreaming about them, causing himself to get an erection.
That's what they say happened. Now let's listen to what I actually said.
Like, can I tell you the worst part about being a guy? I'm at the pool, just relaxing.
Why is the volume, like, louder in his fucking audio calls? Can you fix that, Jar?
16-year-old girl shows up in her bikini. I realize I have to get the fuck out of there right now because, like, I'm not going to be paying attention. I'm not going to be paying attention to my surroundings and my zones out of not realizing in front of me. And this is a hyper mechanical daydream. I'm going to look in her general direction, and then suddenly a situation is going to happen. So I